Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the
Vobes show.
the what show?
The Vobes show.
The Vobes show. Welcome, welcome. It is the 18th of June 2018, and you've tuned in to the Vobes show. And if you've tuned into the Vobes show by mistake, stay with us because you may actually enjoy it, mayn't they?
May.
They may.
Mayn't.
Mayn't.
May or mayn't.
They may or mayn't. You enjoy it.
Yes.
Yes, and
I sure do.
Sure do, baby.
I sure do.
Yep, so it is the 18th of June. It's a Mum-Daddy, and Daddy's Day was yesterday. So
Yes,
did you
it was a
get...
Sun-Daddy.
It was a Sun-Daddy on Daddy's Day. Did you get any daddy cards?
No.
No, because you're not a daddy, are you?
No.
You're a mumsy.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
mummy.
Bubby, hello, Bubby.
So did your darling husband get some daddy cards?
No.
No!
Nope.
Did your little boy forget that it was Daddy's Day?
Nope.
No. Did you not celebrate Daddy's Day?
Well, you say Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's
you
Day.
know,
And did he get like the car
making breakfast and
cleaned
stuff, but
and the house?
he doesn't believe in cards, so we just don't do it.
Oh right. Well, I can tell you, I haven't got my card here. I should have put it up. But ladies and gentlemen, I did get a card on Father's Day, and thank you to my children. I got a text very late at night, about 11:30, from Georgie saying,
Oh, I just got in from work. Happy Father's Day.
so that was from my beloved Georgie. But Stanley, thank you very much, and Billy, they did a combined card, and my grandchild. I didn't know he could write, but he put George.
Did you not put a little footprint on there?
Little, oh yeah, should have done, shouldn't they? They should have
Yeah.
covered his foot in ink and gone on a
I'm
card.
sure there's child-friendly paint we could.
Yeah, child-friendly paint.
That's a lot of work.
Well, I'm worth it though. I'm worth it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm worth it. Let's see if there's anybody out there. Is anybody out there, Julia? Is anybody watching?
We have Steve Pilfold, Matthew Holdsworth, Anne Evans, Jane Ainsley, Nikki Jess, Nigel Sadler, Elaine Brazier, Judith Oakley, Malcolm Glacier.
Fantastic! Look, I've got my startled face on. The theme tune seems to be going a bit longer than normal. Did I play it twice by mistake? Maybe. No, I don't play anything past me. Oh, and welcome
To the Vobes show.
to the Vobes show. There we are. Look at that. So we're in a bouncy mood, ladies and gentlemen, because we've been bouncing about all over the place today. Well, sort of all over the place. We have been, I can tell you this, coming up in the show, we've got a little exclusive bit of video. We have been to a fantastic garden. Where have we been?
Parham House Gardens.
Parham House Gardens. Now, if you don't know where Parham House Gardens is, I don't know what planet you're living on, but Parham House is beautiful 16th century house, used to be a monastery. They have some beautiful gardens, and we spoke exclusively, thanks to the wonderful Cynthia Julian. Hello, Cynthia! She's watching, you know. Yeah, we spoke to Tom Brown. Tom Brown, as in Tom Brown's school days, but not that Tom Brown, the head gardener at Parham. And I just had to think then, at Parham. And it was fantastic. It was such a nice man. Wasn't he a nice man?
He was ever such a nice man.
He was a lovely, nice man.
Ever such a lovely man.
very handsome man. I saw you fluttering your eyes at him going, hello, Tom, hello, weren't you?
I saw you go weak at the wrist, so
Yes,
don't worry.
I was weak at the wrists and everything because I've seen him carry geraniums. Oh, no, he's not like
Anyway.
that. I'm sure he's a
I don't
solid...
know how that descended.
Yes, I know. Sorry, if you're watching, Tom, I honestly didn't mean that.
No.
So that's marvellous. Steve Pilfold's out there, decided not much point watching the football. It's all over. Oh, is football on then today?
What's football?
I don't know. What is football? Is that a game? It's a game where people kick something between two bits of wood. It's a funny old game, isn't it? Do you play football?
Oh, kick a round thing around the garden, yeah.
Yeah, no way to talk about Elijah, is it? You kick him round the garden.
He's not so round, he's a bit long for being round.
Oh, is he long? Too long in the tooth? Oh, yes, he's vertical, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a lovely chap. We went shopping earlier because I had the car, so I took you shopping, and he's a menace. No, I mean, he's a mean driver, with a trolley, isn't he? He does like his trolley shopping. Anyway, never mind all that nonsense. Nigel Sadler says, Latham, great place, love 2 cedar trees. They're all talking amongst themselves, which is fine, but we would like to know that we are actually here. Hello, we are here, thank you.
Apparently Amanda Suggett used to work at Parham.
Oh, did she? Amanda Suggett used to work at Parham. What did you used to do, Amanda Suggett, at Parham? That's what I would like to know. It is a lovely place indeed, and
It's gorgeous.
And of course Richard Suggett would have been he would have been I mean we didn't go in the vegetable garden, did we? We went into an orchard, but we saw amazing amount of flowers.
Yes.
Amazing amount of flowers,
Yeah.
and they were blooming.
Yeah, I've never seen so many flourishing rose plants in one place.
Wall
before.
roses, bedded roses,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous roses, poppy roses.
Well, I've never seen that many different colours of poppy either.
No, it was staggering. Anyway, we got some video to show you a little bit later on, which is great. But before anything, and we got some interesting stuff in today's show, so don't disperse, will you? Because I know what you're like. You'll all disperse as if you've gone to a bad party. So we talking of bad parties. We're going to have a drink.
Yes.
Yes. Now the lovely Julia had her beady eye. Well, one of the reasons we went shopping was to get some stuff for the show, of course. And the lovely Julia had her beady eye on something that we could drink in the show. And so what have we got?
We've got Morello Cherry Cordial.
Morello Celli.
Celli?
Yes, it's a cello.
Morello Celli.
Morello. I haven't had a drink, honest.
Cordial.
Cordial.
I'm just swapping all the R's and L's around.
From Blossom Cottage. So if you work at Blossom Cottage, we're doing a bit of promotion for you today on the Vobes show, and thank you so much for coming by. So now this is cordial. I'm not going to make the mistake that Harriet and I once made and not realise that cordial is actually a drink that you add water to. Because if you don't add water to it, it's very strong and syrupy.
Very strong.
Yes, and we made that mistake. We got some ice over there, which will be nice, and we got some water. And we're going to do it all live because we are live fiends here.
Fingers.
Okay, I don't mind your fingers. Not sure where they mean. Mark English says, just not a sports person, really. Me exercising is another thing, though. Yes, I'd like to see you in a spandex outfit, Mark, doing your exercise, star jumps, or as you like to do, sally ups.
Sally Ups.
Sally ups. I'm not quite sure what a sally up
Sally
is.
Ups Squat Challenge.
Oh, Sally. Is Sally ups the name of a person?
No, it's...
Oh, it's a song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Just
Yes.
go on YouTube
Just
and type in Sally Ups.
Sally
Squat
ups.
Challenge.
Apparently, if you're not doing Sally ups, the world is beyond you. Linda Kane says, I knew someone who was a house guide at Parham and another whose husband was evacuated there from East London in World War II. Is that how they met? The house guide and the World War II evacuee. Do you think? Wouldn't it be that a lovely story? Lovely story. But it's not the real story. Take 2, Parham. Great place. Love the 2 cedar trees in the garden and the long gallery, says Nigel Sadler. We saw a cedar tree, didn't we?
Yes.
And it had been in a bit of a state.
Yeah, and it lost half of its top canopy.
I thought you were going to say it lost half of its teeth then. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, because I think, didn't Cynthia word it lost its head?
It lost its head, yes,
My
in the
teaching.
storm in what 1980, the 1987 storm. 1987 was it, or 1986? Can't remember. When was the great storm?
Well, there was one in 1996, which took down the Selborne tree.
Oh.
The Selborne you.
Oh yeah. Well, we did. We've had, but
I remember that one.
You remember that one?
We do.
I remember the 1987 one. Was it 1987? Maybe somebody can remind me. Or 1986. Anyway, either way, trees all the way down the A24. I do remember that. It was 1987. Thank you very much. Emily Champion has Mark Selwood 87, Steve Blakey 1987. I don't know what I had thought about 86. I had that sort of as a strange thing.
So I was just working out whether I was still in Saudi at that time.
Oh yes, because you were brought up in Saudi, where it was a bit warmer than 1987.
Yep.
And were you?
I don't think I was. I think I was back in the country.
You were back here, having your hair blown about. Can you imagine? Blown about. Yes,
Yeah.
I can. Hang on, let me imagine it. Yes, I can imagine that. Your hair blown about. It's marvellous.
I can imagine your hair blown about.
Yeah, mine was blown off in
No,
1987.
listen. That's your hair blown around.
Oh, yes. Absolute silence. Like tumbleweed. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, I tickled myself with that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Talking of tickling, we found in the studio some sort of tickling stick, didn't we? That the lovely Emily Champion... And you know what? You shouldn't... no!
Thanks, Emily.
Yeah, the lovely Julia, the TLJ, has been using this non-stop on
You
me.
wish, I think.
I know, it is rather orgasmic, if I'm allowed to say that on a public show. Not that I know what it means, but it does...
You're too innocent for that.
Yes, I'm far too innocent.
I'm too innocent for
that.
that.
I haven't got 3 children. I don't know what you're talking about. So, now, let's try this. Shall we try this drink? This is...
Yeah. Let's
So
try
what
it
did you
like I've
say
never
it was?
tried it.
Yeah. Oh, did you
Just
have
2
a
minutes
drink?
ago. I was thirsty.
Oh, you were...
You
yeah,
were
no.
yapping.
I know, I'm always yapping.
Yeah.
Yep, yippity-doo.
Yippity-yippity-yip.
Let's try it then. Now, that is an interesting flavour. What is it again?
Morello cherry.
Oh, Morello. Oh, yes, it does taste like those Morello cherries.
Ow!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we should tell you, poor lovely Julia has had a terrible accident on Friday.
It was terribly funny.
Well, it was terribly funny, yes. This Pentechnicon, a great big lorry came along and she was just getting out the car and unfortunately you had your hand on the door like that and it
just took the whole car away and I was left me there.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. And she had to go to hospital for all weekend. We want R factor here. It was dread. It didn't quite happen like that though, did it? I may have exaggerated somewhat.
Yeah.
So tell the lovely viewer.
Well, I'd like to say that it happened when I was whizzing around speedily and coolly at roller disco, but
yes, because
I was actually at a standstill.
We were doing the show, ladies and gentlemen, as you remember, Friday when we last left you. Here was I, innocently doing the show, doing my heart out, and poor old Julia was out there on the roller disco, skating away,
having a great old time,
dancing to 1980s hits. Were you?
I'm not sure about that.
No. What do they do at the disco? Because discos are from the 70s.
Disco, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a mix of current pop music.
Current pop music. Oh, okay.
And some classic.
And some classic.
Like. If you're going to copy me,
Yeah.
word for word, please.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Soggy. Yeah.
Soggy.
Classic ice skate rink.
Oh, ice skating.
Stuff.
Like Bolero. You know, Turble and... What was her name? Turble and Dean? Torval and Dean, not Pearl and Dean. Turval and Dean. Turnip and Dean. What was her name? Oh my God, Julia, you need to take care. Yes, thanks, Mark. She does need to take care. I want those orgasmatrons, and it's true. That's what it does. Oh no, here we go. Ho ho ho! Said he. Only £1, apparently. Anyway,
Emily, yes, I did get my present. Thank you so much. It's really cute. It's in my handbag.
Yes, it's in a bag of hands. So, what happened?
Elijah wanted to stop and have a little drink, so
as you do,
pulled into the little pit stop.
You have is there like a pit like in Formula 1?
A bit.
More like Formula 2, or is it like baby formula?
It's just cool for Elijah when we call it a pit stop.
A pit stop. Vroom.
Yeah.
And then you went on your roller disco skates.
And I slowed down with my right stopper because I don't know why. It's habit. But then so I
the
slowed down before
the right
I got
stopper
in.
is this big rubber thing on the end of your skates.
The stopper. Yeah, because quads. You have the 2 pairs.
Quads.
Quad
boots, not bikes. She's not on a bike. So you're
quad roller boots. Yes.
So they're like the 2 pairs. They're not. Oh, they're not.
They're not inlines. There's inlines and then there's quads.
All right. Okay. So
Quads
you wear quads.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a bit baggy around the hips, but they're all right. And then what happens?
There's a stopper on the front.
And a stopper, which you push down on the ice.
This story's become
no. It's good. So you push them down on the ice
it wouldn't be on the ice because we're not ice skating here.
Oh no, of course you're not. Why am I thinking that you're ice skating? It's not an ice rink, is it?
It's not.
I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I've always had this idea that the roller disco was on ice, but you're roller skating.
No, we're roller skating in a sports hall.
In a sports hall, yeah. So hence the stop. Yeah, of course. That's why I thought it was a bit odd with the stopper on the ice.
I did wonder how you couldn't get your head around that.
I know.
I need to stop.
Ice skating. I guess it's because it was skating. I was skating on thin ice with the whole concept.
Yes.
So you're roller skating in a disco
around
environment.
Circles.
And so carry on. Tell them what happened.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, I'll shut up. I'll drink.
So I slowed down, following Elijah, and then I'm still going a bit fast, so I go to slow down again, but I'm on my right foot, so I use my left stopper, which I don't, for some reason I don't do it, and I should practice that now. But yeah, it just took me off balance, and I ended up spinning round, and then that comedy moment where your feet are going up from underneath, like
like
you can
that.
almost hear the sound effect of whoop, 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 whoop. And I was like, I'm going down. And it was like, managed to do a little cat-like flip and kind of partially turn around, but of course my right hand hit the floor and just landed on it. It bent backwards and I landed on it, and
taking the full weight.
At first, I ended up holding it like this for like 5 minutes. I was like, I'm going to pass out, but I didn't. They looked after me. They got me ice pack and fed me some little jelly beans and stuff.
That's nice. It fed you jelly beans.
Yeah, jelly beans because I was
sugar.
Because I was faint.
Oh, see, yeah, no,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
So, and this, your wrist has been plaguing you all weekend, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not broken. I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, it's
But,
not broken.
I'm wearing this to stop me using it too much, which I kind of keep doing.
And it was a shame because on Saturday or Sunday, when did we go to Wendy Wakelin's
That
thing?
was Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah, we went to the track. We went to visit the traction engine. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But you had to do all that how you start up a traction engine with the big starter motor.
Really, really knackered the
And
wrist.
they said you'll have to use your right hand on that, Julia.
You even had to crack the whip, didn't you?
Yeah, come on, Julia.
Get to it, girl.
Get it going, for goodness sake. So, so it's pretty hard work.
Yeah, the welt on my back kind of stings a little bit too, still.
I just read here, and I'm not quite sure what this means, but Jonathan Beluzik, with a B, said, Richard stuck his tongue out at me. And I have no idea what that reference is.
Suggett, maybe?
Oh, Richard Suggett. Of course, there's other Richards in the world. I must remember that. There are more Richards than just me. I always think people are... So, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on because I have a quandary.
A quandary?
Yes, a quandary.
Dum, dum, dum.
That's not a tree. That's not a quandary.
Oh, is it a quandary?
A quandary. Yes, it's not quantro either.
Oh, okay.
Contraire. Thought they were going to break then.
Yeah, it did sound that way.
I've been sent a book. Now, I don't know who the book is from. And I'm in this weird thing that, did I have a conversation with somebody who said, I'm going to send a book your way? Or did I not? And has this book come from a mysterious viewer? Here we go. See what you make of this, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just go and let me get the thing up here. Here we go. A Quaker Book of Wisdom. Somebody sent this to me, and what Amazon do is they bung in the delivery note, and I thought, well, there must be a little note from the person says, something like...
You're getting nervous. You're not going to accidentally show your checks, yeah?
It's so tiny. And all it says is, thanks for your order. We value customer feedback. If you're pleased with your order, da-de-da-de-da, thanks again. But I have absolutely no idea who sent the book in. And people do sometimes send books to me, which is very nice, but they usually tell me who it's from. So if I've had that conversation and for some reason the brain cell died and the memory went, because obviously dementia's coming on at some point, then that's what it is. So, Quaker Book of Wisdom, life lessons in simplicity, service and common sense. Clearly, somebody out there thinks I need some common sense. So, here we are. Chapter 6, Non-Violence. I read this out for the benefit of Julia because, she looks like she's all, sweet and light and everything. Sweetness and kittens. What is it you say? Something in kittens.
Whiskers on kittens.
Whiskers on kittens, she often says that. But actually, as soon as the camera goes off, out comes the broomstick, out comes the rolling pin, out comes all these evil things.
And don't forget the hedonism.
And the hedonism, whatever that is, that comes into
sure
it.
Either.
No, I think that's to do with that funny thing. Anyway, it says here, non-violent... Oh, it's a bit of a... that's not a particularly good one. Sorry. Anyway, I was going to read out at random, but actually it suddenly starts to be quite a long-winded story-ish type thing. Anyway, so who sent me this? I would like to know. because I'm baffled. You get one with every packet of oats. Oh, yeah, Quaker, thank you very much. Who said that? From the Blue Idol, says Michael Downsman, or Downsman Michael. I don't know. You have a fairy godmother sending you enlightenment. Somebody's sending me. Someone mentioned that book on YouTube in blue comments. Seems to have a ring to it, says Cynthia Julian. Maybe they did. I sent the milk for the oats, if that helps, says Emily Champion. Well, I haven't got the Quaker's Oats. That would have been nice. I actually quite like Quaker's Oats. Do you like Quaker's Oats?
I don't know. I don't think. Oh, the pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
The blue favoured ones I like.
Oh. So, yeah, and porridge oats. There we go.
So Mark Selwood says you have a fairy godmother sending you enlightenment.
Yes, I know. Somebody loves me. Somebody loves me, or thinks that I'm being led astray, and I need
Being led ashtray.
Yeah, being led ashtray from Fag Ash Lil. So I need enlightenment. Either that, or perhaps the studio is too dark and I need more lights.
Maybe.
Yes, or maybe a halo round my head. Or here we go. Yeah, there we are. Nice new hat. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on from that, if anyone could, if you get caught stealing Quaker's Oats, you can end up doing porridge. But boom, thanks, Steve Pilfold. Always a good gem coming from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the weekend, as we said, we went on a traction engine and we had great fun. Thanks to Wendy Wakelin, who arranged it's her traction engine along with her husband Lloyd, and we met her two sons. Can you remember the sons' names?
Jack and Harry.
Jack and Jill. No, Jack and Harry, that's right. And they were sweet as pie, lovely people. Oh! And we had the right... Now, what did you think of the traction engine ride?
Oh, she was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Victoria.
She sounded amazing. She smelled amazing. Got a little bit dirty. Still trying to wash bits of oil out of my hair.
Yeah, all
but
that
it was
smut
so worth
from
it.
the...
Yes, we got very smutty.
We got very
smutty indeed.
From all the stuff. Now, I wonder if the lovely people out there, would you like to...
That's not fair. It's
I know,
not delayed on them
I know.
Now. Why?
I know, because I got to play in something.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I've ruined your game.
Yes.
And then we're going to open up another food thing in a minute, which you've been dying to do. But, would you like to see a little bit of chuff chuff? Would you like to see a bit of chuff
Please,
chuff?
can we not call it that?
Why? Is that
like some people don't like moist. Well, chuff chuff kind of sounds.
Oh, okay. So sorry. Didn't want to go there. Yeah, let's have a look at a bit of the traction engine, okay? This is Victoria. This is us going through the village of Liss, and it's just a little teaser because we made a video. We interviewed Wendy Wakelin. We interviewed Lloyd. We had a great fun. We interviewed each other on the traction engine, and your son loved it. What did Elijah think of it?
Oh, he was in his element. He loved it. He couldn't believe his luck.
Couldn't believe it. His luck. He wasn't keen on the journey there because it was a bit of a long journey.
Yes.
But when he saw the traction engine, his eyes just were like dish size, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was great to see. Anyway, so let's have a little sample then of traction engine. So, what you didn't see there was that effect. Because when you're sitting on the trailer, there's a lot of this.
There is zero suspension.
Absolutely.
You feel every little nook in the road.
Yeah. And we did do some I did some filming on my vlogging camera, and you did.
Well.
And did you get that sort of...
Oi.
Oh, yes. But when I used my gimbal, you'll notice that it was actually quite smooth on the inside.
Yeah,
it was amazing how the gimbal managed to even it out. Anyway, so...
Proof in the pudding?
Yeah, there we go. So, so that was very nice. Julia's purple hair really stands out, says Richard Suggett. And it does. You can't take... Well, you can take her anywhere, but you can never lose her, which is great. Because,
Even though I'm really short.
yeah, because her hair, I nearly said your flaming red hair, but I meant to say your flaming purple. Well, I didn't actually say the flaming red hair till I said I meant to. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Do you want a spade?
Yeah,
Or
I
should we
think
just go
so.
straight for the JCB keys?
Yeah. The lovely Joe Smith has arrived. I'd like to say hello to Joe Smith. Joe is organising, what part of the team that's organising the wonderful live show that's going to be coming from Tractor Fest up in Biddenden. No, I still can't say it. Biddenden.
No, you kind of almost said it right.
Biddenden.
Biddenden.
Biddenden. See,
Julia.
Julia can say it. And
I
I'm
feel
struggling.
like it's warping out of my mouth now.
Yes, because I know I got it. I cocked it up to begin with. And we're going to be live at Tractor Fest 2018. It's going to be absolutely fantastic at Biddenden. And we are going to have a hoot. And so are the tractor drivers as they go hoot, hoot on their tractors. Now, the Tractor Fest is different from the traction engine. But... So, just saying hello to Joe thanks for coming. Wendy Wakelin says, great bits of film. Well, you wait till we've put the whole film together. It's going to be fantastic. But Wendy would not only organised the trip, she gave us something rather special at the end of it. We both got some of these. Look at this. A wonderful, specially themed mug with that on one side, vintage steam run, and there we are. Look at that beautiful picture of Victoria, the traction engine, and a DVD for those late nights when you can't sleep. No, that came out wrong. What I meant was, no, I'm not saying it was. Yes, thank you. I'm not saying it's for insomniacs. What I mean is, it's Ride Aboard. It's a DVD, you know. It's one of the... And it says on here, a 300-hour single point-of-view shoot of the traction engine, looking down the funnel and watching the smoke come... No, it doesn't say that. I'm mucking about. What does it
Get
read?
me every time. I'm there reading it like, where is this bit he's reading? I can't catch up. I'm like, what?
It says, take a fascinating ride aboard the 1886 Marshall traction engine Victoria, Empress of India, as it climbs the 1 mile long hill out of... We climbed her. Was that the same hill that we climbed out of? Watch the magnificent sights and hear the provocative sounds of these great steam engines on the road. And Wendy is selling those from her website. Check out, just look for Victoria the traction engine. You'll get there and you'll be able to buy these. Or
And there's also 3 children's books as well.
and the lovely children's books. But because I can rip these off now, you can get them for me a lot cheaper. I'll be selling them on the black market. No, of course not. No, go and...
In place of a mallet, Timmy's mallet,
Yes.
I'll use this.
Yes, thanks. Yes, it's the trouble is it's too nice. Now, also on the show, we are going. Yes, moving on swiftly from the orgasmatron. We are going to sample some chocolate. We went to a sampling. Doesn't work with you, does it?
No.
It can't get through your bonds. Your hair.
Hair up.
It's because of all the wax and all that smut that came from the traction engine. We've got some chocolate. The lovely Julia put her beady eyes onto the shelves of chocolate. She said, "Do you know what I fancy?" I said, "Julia, no need to talk like that." She said, "Yeah, no, but I'll tell you what I fancy." I said, "What do you fancy?" "I fancy some chocolate." So we've gone and bought some chocolate. Show us the chocolate.
Oh, fancy some chocolate.
There you go. That's her real voice. God bless her.
God bless her.
God bless her, love a duck, apparently. So
I do love a duck.
Yes, I know, I've heard. Anyway, let's find out what kind of chocolate you've got. Ooh, orange chocolate. Not purple chocolate.
Not Terry's.
Not Terry's. Not
Mine.
No.
Well, it is kind of.
Not Freddy's. Not
Lint.
Lint.
Lindor.
Oh, Lindor. There we go.
Lindor.
Yes, chocolate. Orange chocolate.
Irresistibly smooth orange.
Let's open it up and find out how irresistibly smooth it is. Let's. I'm hoping that when we go to the Tractor Fest, ladies and gentlemen, that we will be able to sample some of the local produce that may well be served up locally in Kent, which will be very nice. Matthew Holdsworth commenting says up to 750 members in the Bald Explorer group. Just over halfway through the month, can we get 800 members before the end of the month? I was going to say, actually, when we started, it was 749. So somebody has just joined. So welcome to you also. The lovely Julia has now managed to get the lovely chocolate ready. And look at that. Now, it is a popular brand. It's an expensive brand, and it's supposed to be good brand. And I haven't had this brand for a long time.
It smells good.
And then it's an excuse, really, just to have some nosh on the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Posh nosh with the
Do you
lovely
know what? I've
Julia.
never eaten so well in my life. These last few months.
The last few months, being on the show is the only time you get to eat. Well, not the only time, obviously. It was silly. Now, ooh, yeah.
Oh, I think he likes it.
I do like that. I have to say, I've been trying to be a good boy, ladies and gentlemen. I've ditched crisps, I've ditched sweets. Although I did have some nugget the other day, or nougat, as some people call it. Nougat.
Some of the posh folk, you know.
I call it nugget.
I was like looking in the bag trying to find some chicken nugget.
Yes, not chicken
I don't
nugget.
see any nugget in there.
No, because I bought this nougat or nugget, not Richard Nugget. I mean Sugget. Sorry, digging a hole here. Not Richard. What? No, not. It was. Oh, yes, a gasmatron. Stick it on my gas. Sorry. And yeah. Anyway, so I've mostly, and I've stopped eating chocolate, but I might have to start again. This is rather delish, isn't it?
It was a bit.
Are you a chocolate fiend?
Not all the time.
No, not all the time. Obviously, not all the time.
I do tend to squirrel it away until I'm really wanting it, and then I'm like, "Where's my chocolate?
Where's my
Give me my
chocolate?
chocolate."
Very confusing hearing Nugget, says Richard Sugget, because it's his nickname. Have you ever been tempted... I know, I was going to say, have you ever been tempted to cover yourself in chocolate then? And that's not what I meant, because I was talking about nougat or old gar. A bit like Old Spice, you know. Nougat and old gar. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Sue Blount says it looks lovely. Whilst we're talking about Richard Sugget, yes, Emma just noticed Emily's comment there, which actually reminds me, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to find out how the quails are doing. These are quails from Wales. They've been in the pails all afternoon, and Richard Sugget very kindly has sent me a picture to show us what the quails look like. Now, if you remember, last time we saw them, they were running about like this. Here they are, running about. They'd been newly hatched, and this was like 24 hours later. And don't they look absolutely delicious?
So
You could cook them up in a honey roast sauce, and they'd be delicious, wouldn't they? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, delicious as they are, so cute.
So here's what they look like now. Unfortunately, I haven't got video, but we've just got a picture because we might get some more video. Richard Sugget might well get chocolate-coated quails for us tomorrow to look at. But this is what they look like now. They've grown up a bit. That's quite deceptive, that photograph, because actually they're about a foot tall now. I don't know that that's actually true. When I say a foot tall, I mean a mouse's foot, or a rat's foot, or a rabbit's foot. A rabbit's foot.
Maybe a rabbit's foot.
Yeah, because that's good luck, isn't it? So pretty impressive, I think you'll find, ladies and gentlemen. I was pretty impressed by all of that. So, there you go. That's our quail report. You like quails?
Yeah.
I like snails. Can't have everything.
Do you like eating snails?
No. The French do.
Yeah. Have you ever eaten snail?
No. Have you?
No.
No. Has anybody eaten snail? Have you? Really?
Trodden on snail.
Could I have another bit of chocolate?
All right then.
Yeah. Pigging it. I haven't had dinner yet. So, oh, look at that double piece. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Steve Pilfold. We like Steve Pilfold,
We do.
don't
We like Steve Pilfold.
He has been out and about. Do you know where he's been out and about today?
Has he been out and about? He's been out and about.
He's been out and about looking at something unusual. And he put a teaser. I like this. He put a teaser, which puts the pressure on me then, because I make sure I've got to put it in the show. He put a teaser out in the group. Did you see the teaser?
Yes, I saw the teaser.
Nothing misses your missus. Nothing misses the lovely Julia on the group, because she is the Facebook queen, aren't you? My husband and I keep a close eye on Facebook.
Nope, I'm just a nosy coo.
She's just a nosy what?
Coo.
Coo.
It's a Scottish cow.
Kind of new. So the Scottish cat. I mean, anyway, You're sidetracking me. Steve Pilfold has put a thing on the what's name, and we're going to play. I'm looking for it now. Where the hell is it? Here we go. Something unusual. Will we reveal it? I think we will.
Hi everyone, Steve Pilfold here, aka Where in Sussex, and today I'm in the churchyard of St Mary's Church in Hailsham, and I'm looking at some rather unusual gravestones. Now, amongst the usual stone pieces, there are 3 iron headstones in a row of conventional ones, including one marking the grave of an Elizabeth Parris, who died aged a respectable 69 years old in 1864. Now, there's a couple of interesting things on this tablet. Firstly, the S at the end of her name appears to have been set in upside down, as it is asymmetrical, with the larger segment at the top rather than the bottom. And then, right at the bottom of the gravestone, you can see Thompson Lewis, which I assumed was the name of the foundry or person that made this memorial. So, armed with the date and the name and the location of the said maker, I had a quick look to see what came up, and in this post office directory from 1866 I found the said man at number 1 High Street in Lewes, which is where the present day Riverside Centre is, next to Cliff Bridge. You can see it here on the map. So there we are, a small mystery solved. There's more about the foundry, Henry Atwood Thompson, and the 22 men and 5 boys he employed on the Lewis History Group's website. As for Elizabeth and her iron grave, well, she's going to remain a bit of a mystery for now. We don't know much about her. And as for the reason behind the iron gravestones here, well, apparently they first appeared in the 17th century in Sussex, and the local iron industry is probably connected. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll catch me again somewhere in Sussex soon. Bye for now.
Well, there you are. Iron gravestones. I suppose if the traction engine ever died, it would have an iron gravestone, wouldn't it?
I suppose.
Well, wouldn't you? Rather than a stone one, it's made of iron, isn't it? It's the Iron Horse traction engine.
Yeah, I suppose so then.
Yeah, that seems like a sensible thing. Although a little grease monkey like that little chappie at the end would be a perfect thing to shove in the old smoke box right at the end. Yeah. Anyway.
Anywho,
thank you very much, Steve Pilfold. We do like those, don't we? We enjoy that sort of thing.
yeah.
If anybody else wants to go and make a little documentary, or a little Where Am I in Sussex, or a little
Vobing report.
A Vobing report, then get in touch, richard@vobes.com, and well, no, you don't have to do that. Just make it. Just go out and make it. Oh, by the way, talking of going out and make it, 7th of July, ladies and gentlemen, a date for your diary. It's creeping up very quickly. 7th of July. I'm doing my How to Make Better Videos course. And if you want to take part, or you want to be on my special course, it's only £10. I only want about 5 or 6 of you. And you can come along with me. We're going to go to an unspecified place in Sussex. Don't know quite where yet, but we're going to go to a place. And you'll spend the day with me, and I will impart all my knowledge. And then after that first half an hour, thank you. After that, we go down to the pub and get sloshed, whereupon you'll forget it all. No, that's not really how it works. So, yeah, I would be showing you how to make a video. You can pick my brains. We will put stuff together, and it should be a fun day. 7th of July. I'll talk more about it later on, but I'm just reminding you to put the date in your diary. If you're interested, best thing to do is to send me an email. Georgie knows exactly where it is, the email address.
Send an email to richard@vobes.com.
Bless her cotton woolen socks. He was 11 when she wrote that.
Yeah.
Recorded that.
When she wrote that.
She had to write it down so she could read it, you know. Makes perfect sense. So there we go. If you're interested, will you do a video on how to make videos, says James to Will. Well, the point is to come out and spend the day with me doing it rather than a video on how to make videos. That's because otherwise I might do later on, but anyway, we'll see how you go. Steve Pilfold says you can do one, but I've got the @Where in Sussex Twitter handle. Buha, buaha, buaha, buaha. Yes, okay, Steve Pilfold. We should get something like, what am I doing in Sussex? I often ask myself that, what am I doing in Sussex? There's loads of other counties to go to. And I think a lot of other people ask, what are you doing in Sussex, mate? Get out. That was not nice, is it?
No.
No, people aren't.
Nice at all, was
Not
it?
nice. Right, Emily Champion's got a question. She wants to know where some cyclists are. They're on the Brighton to London run, but in the other direction. Yeah, London to Brighton. That'll be the one. And she wants to know where on the route are these cyclists. So get your eyes peeled and see if you can work out the clue. And those of you who say outside Emily's house may well be right. I don't know, because I don't know where she lives, other than I can't remember the town now. But anyway, have a look. Any idea? Any idea? No. I have absolutely. I mean, there's a parade of shops. There's a road. There's some trees.
Some trees in the middle of the road.
Could be anywhere. But if you happen to be one of those cyclists and you're cycling down and you saw this woman with a camera pointing at you and you thought, wait, I'm going to remember that in case it comes up on the Vobes show, because I watch the Vobes show religiously, because obviously I'm a Quaker. If that's you, then get in touch and tell us, and we'll see if anybody knows. If anybody knows, that would be absolutely fantastic. Steve Blakey is asking, is it pearly? Is it pearly? Pearly white. Pearly white. Blimey, could be anywhere. Is there any more clues? I know, it is a bit... I think it's just at the end of her house, to be honest with it. Is it Colsden, says Richard Suggett. Maggie Walters says, maybe you could make a video on how to make videos of those of us who lives miles away with you. I would gladly buy a DVD. In fact, says Maggie Walters, I would spend over £750 to buy at least 10 minutes of a video from you, Richard. Well, that's very generous, Maggie, but I was actually going to charge £999 and hoping to sell about 10,000 of them. And then Julia and I were going to laugh like dastardly and Muttley. And go.
Oh, you're Muttley then.
Oh yeah, you could be dastardly. How does? No, can
I
you
don't
do
know.
Muttley?
I don't know how he does.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Drat and double drat.
No, I can't do it.
No, I can't.
I thought I could, but no.
Yeah.
I can't.
Judith Oakley says, "Is it in Banstead? Is it in I don't even know where Banstead is. I've heard the name Banstead.
There's a clue from Emily there.
Oh, a clue from Emily. I will give you a clue. Oh, it's gone. Just down the road from the lavender field. Oh, is it? Oh, I know where it is.
Still don't know.
Yeah, I remember, because you gave me that leaflet, so I'm reckoning it's in... maybe I know where it is in that...
I thought I was going to have to do the Heimlich manoeuvre or something then. So is there some chocolate stuck in your throat?
Maybe it's, if you're in the... Oh, there we are. If you're in the field recording business, maybe you know where it is. If you've got that may be the answer that you're looking for. If you are traipsing through the field,
some research.
Research, exactly. May, very very close. Says hoolie. I've got a hoolie. It was blowing a hoolie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was rather.
Blowing a hoolie only earlier this evening. Pam Earnshaw has put 3 and 8 together and made 96. Mayfield. James DeWill, Mayfield or somewhere. Yeah, I like that. Is it?
Or somewhere. You got it.
You got it. When my son, Billy, was young, and he always... You know when kids get a bit annoying and they go, I want one of them, whatever it is, say it was some chocolate. I want some chocolate. But he would go, I want chocolate or nothing. So we would go, well, have nothing then. And he'd go, no, I want chocolate or nothing. And we would go, well, have nothing then. You're giving us a choice, Billy. You want chocolate or... No, I want chocolate or nothing. He didn't get it. He's now 23 and he still says, Dad, what time's dinner? I want dinner or nothing. And I say to him, you can have nothing. Stop the pigeon. 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 Nab it. Grab it.
Catch the pigeon, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's actually catch the pigeon.
the pigeon,
Yeah,
actually,
so it's
but
actually
never
catch the
mind.
pigeon. Marvellous. Ladies and gentlemen, we went to Parham. We went to a fantastic garden at Parham.
Beautiful
gardens, lovely sniffy flowers. We didn't sniff at those. We had a look at the church, didn't we?
Yep.
We saw the steeple. We opened the doors. It was deserted. But
you kind of tugged on the bell thingy. Kind of mock tugged on the bell, didn't you?
Oh,
yes.
Like
one little tiny cupboard with one bell rope. And then we moved like 10 minutes away, and then we heard it go dong, and it was like...
It was a delayed reaction, ladies and gentlemen. It was quite bizarre.
It was funny.
Now, I was going to set up a load of pictures of the lovely gardens so that you could see them. And you know what?
Did you?
No, I forgot.
Oh.
We were a bit rushed. However, we have got some video because we've discovered...
we're the very first people to ever discover it.
In this walled garden, a garden, and I don't think they knew it was there. I really don't. I think we were the first. We ventured into this place, didn't we? This little, some people have these naff old Wendy houses.
Yeah, the plasticky ones.
The plasticky
deteriorate
ones
within 6 months.
From Tesco's or Sainsbury's or
Berries.
Yes,
Sainsbury's.
Or from Lidl. You can take a baldy to Aldi, and you can have a piddle at Lidl. Well, you can't do that at Parham. But at Parham, what you can do, ladies and gentlemen, which is absolutely amazing, you can visit what looked like this Wendy house. Now, this Wendy house is a brick Wendy house, but there's something special about it.
Yeah. It's in the garden wall. It's built as part of the garden wall, isn't it?
It's built as part of the garden wall, and you think you're immersed, you think you're going into Narnia. Well, maybe you don't think that, but you kind of go into this...
It's almost Alice in Wonderland-ish. Just a medieval kind of Alice in Wonderland.
Would you like to have a look? Would you?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, of course you would. Here we are. This is us. Now, I filmed this on my vlogging camera, which is a bit different when it hasn't got a gimbal, so it's a bit wibbly-wobbly, I'm afraid, but we like wibbly-wobbly, don't we?
Wibbly-wibbly.
Yes. Here we are at Parham, then. Today, the lovely Julia and I have come to Parham House, and we're having a look around the lovely gardens. I'll shove up some pictures, of course, but we've found this amazing little Wendy house.
Hi.
Hello. What are you doing up there?
Exploring.
It's a brick Wendy house.
Yeah, it's a brick garden wall Wendy house.
Yeah, it's built into the garden wall. But look, there's this quaint little... Now, that probably looks like it's a real fireplace, and it is a sort of real fireplace, because actually it does do real fires. But if I come round here, you'll see the size of that compared to my hand is titchy. Effectively an old bread oven, except made of wood.
Even little old me is... I've just about got enough head. The door, definitely had to duck in the door.
So, yeah, let's have a look at the front entrance here. Just come out here, ladies and gentlemen, and here. Look at that, isn't it quaint? We made this video with the head gardener, Tom Brown, and we've had a fantastic time taking pictures, haven't we, Julia?
Yes, we did.
So watch out for that when it comes out. But for now, back to the studio. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We had a fantastic time, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was lovely. And as we said, Tom Brown was a scholar. And that will be coming out in about a week's time, I imagine, by the time it's all edited up. Tomorrow's video... Do you know what tomorrow's video is?
No, I don't.
No, I keep it all up here, you see. It's all secret stuff. Secret stuff. Arr, there's no way.
You keep it all like hidden.
I do. There's no way I'm going to tell no one.
You keep it with your pieces of 8. That's
Pieces of 8. Pieces of 8. I've had too many of those pieces. I've had 8 pieces of chocolate. Blimey.
Yeah, that's mine now.
Yes, you can have the rest. What are we talking about?
Don't know. Tomorrow's video.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's video. Of course, tomorrow's video. What's that? Animal magic. I don't know why I mentioned that. I was thinking of Tomorrow's World, thinking what was the thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, tomorrow's video. You may have noticed in today's video, the lovely Matthew Holdsworth and I had a good old route around St Margaret's Church in Reigate, and that was fantastic. We went and found Francis Frith's grave. Francis Frith, You try saying that when you've had a few Hail Marys. Francis Frith was the famous Victorian photographer who, you know, any book that you open up that has these old pictures of towns and villages and things, chances are, if it's a black and white photograph taken in the Victorian era, towards the end of the Victorian era, it was one of Francis Frith's ones.
Cool.
And so we saw where they'd buried him and threw away the key. And also, we had a look around the church, and one of the best things I found, if you haven't seen the video, was these knights' helmets from the medieval times.
Yeah, they looked really interesting.
They were cool. We tried them on. I couldn't get mine off after a while.
Do you suppose they were death helmets like the one that we saw in on the way to Glastonbury?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think they were fighting helmets. You know, from a suit of armour.
I think they were proper.
Yeah,
ones.
I think so.
Yeah.
But unlike the one we saw, which was high up, we couldn't
that was
touch
a
it.
family death helmet. I think that was put on them.
Oh, when they died.
Yeah.
Oh right. Ooh, gruesome. No,
Can't remember what he said.
No, he said something.
Something about nothing.
Something about nothing. So anyway, tomorrow's video isn't that.
No.
We meet this lovely chap called David Gilmore, who takes the lovely Matthew Holdsworth and I up the tower. Up the tower, shows us the bells, the sort of Quasimodo thing, and then we get on the town, we check out the views. Very cool it is. Very
this is
cool.
a royal bee, isn't it? Because I wasn't there.
No, we left you underground in that little chamber.
All right.
With the chamber pot. Anyway, swiftly on. Wednesday's video, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be very different. Wednesday's video, very proud of this. Wednesday's video is I'm not in it. You're not in it. Well, actually,
yes.
we are in it. But right at the
very
end.
end.
Right at the end. Wednesday's video, Paul Couchman is cooking up some rather interesting and delicious looking tarts.
Hannah Glass's
recipe from 17 something. Chocolate tarts. Really interesting. So thrilled to be working with Paul. He's so enthusiastic, and we're going to be doing some more. Mm-hmm. We're actually, things are really hotting up at the moment. We've got some interesting things. We talked about Parham House Gardens. Well, that wasn't what I meant to say. It just came out. We were talking about Preston Manor.
That's it, yep.
We're going to be doing some interesting stuff there. We've got the Tractor Fest. I'm going to Biddenden to do some stuff there. All sorts of things. Doors are opening.
Yep.
Mainly in the basement, and you're pushing me towards it. And
in there.
I will be falling down.
There's your chamber pot.
I don't want to fall down there. I don't want to fall. Oh, in the chamber pot. Yeah,
well,
and it just got.
You put me in a
yeah,
dark
that's
room with
true.
a chamber pot just now. So.
That is true.
Have
Shall
it
we?
back.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. In the old days, it was in the old days when they used to empty the chamber pots out the windows into the street. Good job we didn't do any of that nonsense. Would you like to see what everybody? We reconnected. I don't know if we. Way, we're back.
Hello.
Sorry about that. We had a slight moment where I think we both fell down into the cellar.
Maybe.
Yeah, and Eric's just pushed.
And then the chamber pots hit our heads.
Yeah.
After that. Yeah. Anyway.
Shall we go and see what everybody's been posting in the Bald Explorer group? Because that's always a bit of a laugh, apparently. Oh, yes, you're all ready for the music. Here we go. And in the group posting today, we have... This is Paul Hine has been out and about, as you can see here, to St Mary's in Bourne in Hampshire. And I love these houses. Look how it looks like it's been sunk into the ground.
It's amazing, isn't it?
With
and that's a whole lot of thatch too.
Oh, thanks very much. I brush it every day. But what about that on the house?
It's a bit mouldy.
It is a bit mouldy, I'm so sorry. So well done, Paul. Very interested in that. That's rather good. Nigel Sadler has been to have a look at the wreck of the Amsterdam. And I think, Nigel, this is in Hastings. It came aground some years ago, and all that's left is this rather spooky little bits of wood that stick up out of the ground when the tide goes out. He's put in the group the story of what happened, which, as you'll appreciate, I didn't read. Wendy Wakelin in Liss happened to catch two strange characters setting up their little bits of equipment. You can see I've got a big pole between my legs, which sometimes happens if you take the wrong pills. But the lovely Julia there is aghast, I think.
There's definitely something wrong with your pole there.
Yes.
It doesn't...
I'm pole dancing. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah, I was dancing
Right.
about.
Okay.
Lloyd is the chap in the green dungarees, and right at the far end you can see a wide-eyed little Elijah staring at the back gate of the trailer. And, of course, that strange, hideous, steam-grunting traction engine thing. I have no idea what that is.
This is the most beautiful thing I've seen all year.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from all the trees.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much for that. It's nice to see that. Matthew Holdsworth has been a poll clerk, I think he described himself, taking polls in a local election at the Reigate Park Church, which is a 1970s building, which actually you can't see. It's not that house beyond. That looks like a 1940s building. But you can see that it says polling station. And he was in there doing whatever people do when they do the polling duties, which is rather good. Meanwhile, Linda Kane has been... I don't know where these were, Linda. You posted a number of these delightful pictures of beautiful flowers, but I'm not quite sure where they were. They were obviously coming out of the ground, but it was very nice to see them. Thank you very much for doing that. So great work. We do like seeing all those flowers. Paul Hine has been trying to get into my house, but I saw him off the premises. They borrowed this house, I think, when they did Downton Abbey. I let them in, you know, because they were film unit and they were hard up and nobody watches their programmes. I said, oh, film it at my place, he'll be all right. So that's Highclere, I think, that Paul Hine has been to. Very nice building with what looks like a strange rocket. Oh, no, bell tower or something. It's a very odd... It is a very odd tower at the back there. I don't know. I don't quite know what I'd make of that. Meanwhile, Graham Whittington has been out photographing poppies. 4:45 in the morning, he said, to go and get this. Sorry I couldn't get them all in, but I wanted to show. I was slightly confused this morning because I always think of poppies at remembrance time and thought that's when they came out. That's why they picked the poppies. But actually it was nothing to do with that. Thanks to Joe Smith for correcting me. Or telling me the info, and that's all in the Bald Explorer group. You can check that out. What's her name? The lovely, what's her name? Elaine Brazier, that was the word I was looking for. He quickly looked at his notes. Has been posting pictures of windmills, and this is a windmill near Ringwood. But Ringwood is spelt Would, and I said Ringwood the other day, thinking that she meant...
The one near Southampton.
Yeah, the one near Southampton and on the way to Bournemouth. But actually, this is a different one. This one is in Kent, near Dover. So that's an interesting place. Got to go to that neck of the woods at some point, Julia, and work out what's going on there.
You must.
Dave Baker's been to an interesting place that you've been trying to get to for a while.
Yeah.
The Weald and Downland Museum in Singleton. And he's posted a number of pictures.
We were near there the other day, though, weren't
we zipped past it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did zip past it when we were coming back from Wendy Wakelin's
right.
traction engine job. When I say job, I mean, you know, wonderful day. And finally, the lovely Colin Brown has been trying to work out what this little critter is. It landed when he was having a barbecue and apparently ruined his day. And I gather that somebody has said, Paul Hine said that it's a shield bug, a shield beetle. So it's an interesting thing, but if you get it in your soup, I wouldn't recommend eating it. So there we are.
Funny looking thing, isn't it?
It is a funny looking thing. Anyway, so there we are. You're a funny looking thing, shoving your chocolates into your gob. But that's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time. It's come to the end of yet another exciting show. It's 9 o'clock, British summertime, and you're gobbling up your gobbles, which is nice. I thought it was morning, not morning. Oh, maybe it was, yes, in morning, poppies. I see what you do. Richard Suggett says, I went to the Weald and Downland on the day of the royal wedding. The place was empty. It was great.
Oh, fantastic.
What
that
a
sounds
good
perfect.
idea. I remember when, it wasn't the 1966 one of these World Cup things. There was a big football match going on, I can't remember. And I had to go somewhere, and it was the best time to get on the M25 because there was nobody. People were glued to their tellies and it was empty. You know, these are the times to get out. So there we are. Steve Pilford says, I need to apply to you for Vobes show annual leave tomorrow and Wednesday, I'm afraid, as I won't be able to make the show due to doing 2 night shifts.
Oh, what
One
a
moment,
shame,
I think the lovely Julia and I need to consult about that. Please talk amongst yourselves. So Steve Pilfold, he's been quite active on the group and he has made videos. What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure, but you know.
Yeah, well,
it's like that. And, you know, remember when
I'm tempted to do one of those, to be honest. What do you think? Or we could take him in and give him 12 lashes.
No, it's fine, I'm sure.
Oh, so she's spoken. It's
I
fine.
did. I've spoken.
It seems that you are able to go and do some work and earn some money. So
We'll let you.
Yeah, we'll
Just
let you. So
Make
there
sure
we
you get
go.
nice and rested afterwards.
So that's it. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go and immerse myself as a Quaker and find out if I should be quaking in my shoes when I read this, to find out if the truth is there. I've no idea.
I should be watching the DVD from Wendy Wakelin.
That's cool. So we're going to be very busy. I'll be back again tomorrow. I believe that Corinne, my lovely sister, is going to be on the show, if I can twist her arm.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice,
That'd
wouldn't
be
it?
really lovely.
Because she's from Devon, see? From right down there in Devon. I don't know whether she's going to be bringing up some nice things for us. If not, smack in the face. That's what I reckon.
It's not a nice way to talk about your sister.
I know. I'm not a nice man, am I?
No, you're
No,
not.
see? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming along. It's been absolutely great fun. We've enjoyed it immensely. It's nice to have Julia back on the show. And my sister will be here tomorrow. So, there we go. Full house, full house. Housey. How's about that-y? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm going to say.
When you hear this music...
It means we've got to dissolve.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. We're going to dissolve into a puff of acid. Whatever a puff of acid is, I've no idea. But thank you so much for watching. We've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Yes.
Muchly,
ladies and gentlemen. So until tomorrow, take care, one and all. Thanks so much for watching. But from the lovely Julia,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Have a good evening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Tutti FM.